Morning, everybody. If we get closer, we're all really spread out. So why don't you come in a little bit? I want to welcome you this morning on this occasion. We are glad that you could join us for our service this morning in memories of 9/11. I want to thank everyone, our stakeholders, and our town officials. Supervisor Nolan is on his way, but we're going to get started in the interest of trying to keep us on schedule. Louder, louder. Okay, I'll speak louder. I have with me though Councilman Steve Lotterman, and we have Mike. Sorry. Assistant Federal Security Director Paul Christmas. I am a nervous, so I'm sorry. But at this time, I'm going to bring Paul up. We are doing our ceremony together this year with the TSA, and they're good partners here at Long Island MacArthur Airport. So without further ado, I'd like to bring up Paul Christie.
Good morning. We're going to start the ceremony today with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We will then move to the national anthem. We have here today Lon Maxell. Lon.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you very much. That was wonderful. Today marks the 10th anniversary of the terrorist attacks. Over 3,000 innocent lives were lost. Some people say time heals all. Time has not erased our pain. Time has not diminished our commitment. Time has not erased our memory. We will never forget. For those wearing the TSA uniform, on each shoulder we bear a patch. On one we bear the department patch, Department of Homeland Security. On the other we bear the TSA, the agency patch. And built into that patch is a legacy of remembrance. Because when that patch was created, if you look closely, there are 9 stars, 11 stripes, and in the fold of the eagle's wing is a silhouette of the Trade Center. And that will live on forever. I would like to ask that we take a moment of silence to honor those who had lost their lives 10 years ago today.
going to try and speak very loudly. I may not. 10 years ago, I was the station manager for United Airlines at Newark International Airport. And I remember vividly the events of that day, as do all of us who have lived through it. I remember the fear, and I truly remember the overwhelming sadness. I remember exactly where I was. I remember calling my counterpart at American and telling him I heard it was an American aircraft that impacted the World Trade Center. And I said I was going to open up my crisis center to assist him if he needed us, then not knowing the magnitude. I remember running down to my operations center to get a clearer picture of what was really going on. And I also remember Sue Bear, the general manager of the airport, immediately closing the airport. But most of all, I remember my pager going off. I looked down to read, Flight 93 missing. At the same time, I heard someone on the internal radio saying that a flight attendant called. And she had said that they had been hijacked. She said some other things as well, things that were really difficult to digest. We kicked into our crisis mode immediately. We pulled out the books, those famous books. Every airline has them. They're a special color, maybe blue, maybe red, but you know that if there was an incident, some type of emergency, a plane crash, a bomb threat, or a hijacking, it would tell you what procedures to follow. It was pretty baffling that not one of those books told us how to handle this situation. We were not prepared for a hijacking that incorporated using our aircraft as a weapon or a bomb, or to intentionally crash into a building to cause mass destruction. When I was trained as a flight attendant, we were instructed that in the event of a hijacking, we would comply with the demands of the hijacker. Well, it's very different today, all because 10 years ago we lost almost 3,000 innocent lives, not as a result of a failure to follow security directives, but rather a function of the terrorists having studied the system, having learned its weaknesses, and having exploited those weaknesses. Ladies and gentlemen, the threat will always be there for the rest of our lives, but we cannot let the uncertainty keep us in fear. We have to move forward with confidence, and we have to honor their memories. John F. Kennedy said 50 years ago, "Let every nation know, whether it wishes us well or ill, that we shall pay any price, bear any burden, meet any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe, to assure the survival and the success of liberty." So in memory of all and to the success of liberty, God bless America. Thank you. On behalf of the town of Islip, I would like to introduce Councilman Steve Flattery.
I'll be very short. We all remember what we were doing, where we were standing that day, and on behalf of all our volunteers, our first responders, our innocent friends, neighbors, and parents, children that we lost that day. We will never forget. And MacArthur Airport is working very hard to make sure that this is always a very safe place with our TSA. Thank you.
Suffolk County Department Pipes, we have Dan Callahan. Thank you very much.
Giant